Hello and welcome to Rule the Waves, tripling as Japan on Super Large Plus Plus starting in 1890. This is episode 44. Second half of 1919, the war with Great Britain continues. We will witness the invasion and capture of Yemen. We'll invade the Solomons in the South Pacific, and we'll start building our new oil-fired navy. So let's jump in. Let's start the episode with another presentation. This time it's the war cabinet, because our situation is, it's not changed, but it's evolved, so we need to take stock and look ahead. Very different from the start of the year. 1918 was kind of frustrating, but in 1919 we had a lot of resolution. So Hong Kong has been okay for a while, but we took Malaya first, and then we also took Burma, so our primary war goals are satisfied. Invasion of Yemen still pending. I'd like very much to turn the Indian Ocean into a Japanese pond, a bulwark against European aggression, so to speak. We can never take away India, but if we can take Burma, Ceylon, Yemen, Kenya, Zanzibar, and also expand our bases, not all the way through the roof, but the first couple of builds of bases are pretty affordable. So if we do that for 2, 3, 4 bases, then we could have a pretty decent basing level in the Indian Ocean. Not as good as Southeast Asia, but Southeast Asia with Hong Kong and Malaya, that's the core. Fleet base, very centrally located, better even than Northeast Asia, actually. In times of war anyway. In times of peace, we will of course be hanging around Japan, but sufficient to deal with any enemy strikes, and then our spacious accommodation battleships could come in and relieve. We are also creating and dispatching smaller task forces. We are pulling some ships out of the Indian Ocean because not that important to take Yemen, so I don't want to have a big attrited stack here. Smaller task forces sent to Northern and Southern Pacific to grab bases. Kamchatka, just one place, and it's pretty far from Alaska, but we have to start somewhere, build up some bases there. South Pacific is more interesting. We can take Fiji, that's within invasion range. Solomons also within invasion range. New Guinea here also in invasion range, but maybe only from the Solomons. I don't remember. But in the future we can, for some reason, we can invade, or at least... Can we invade? No, maybe we'll have to see at the numbers, because if there are 10 we can't invade, but we can claim them. But the point here is we want sufficient basing to at least operate in this area. It's never going to be a primary theater of war, but we want some blank security here. And eventually we also want to grab Hawaii, of course, to establish our full buffer zone of 3 eastern the areas and the Indian Ocean to the west. Yeah, other stuff haven't really changed, except morale is much, much higher in 1919. Not among the Japanese people, they have always been very enthusiastic, but in Naval High Command, especially the Supreme Commander, is rather invigorated. Keeping invasion research at high, should never have taken it down. I overestimated the effectiveness of the first 2 texts, should have just kept going, but it's back to high now. Just a quick look at my subs. I put them on auto and the AI has shuffled them around, so it sent the bulk of my subs into the Indian Ocean, and I find that rather interesting. So clearly my sending them into the Pacific was pointless. So I have a few in Northeast Asia, I have a few in Southeast Asia, and I have a bunch of subs now in the Indian Ocean, so I expect any new builds to go there as well. We could try, or maybe this would give us better results. I could go unrestricted, but it seems very unnecessary. I'm not going to... I don't have the assets to fully starve out the British and make their government collapse, and I'm not sure I even want to try. So we have enough victory points, and we are taking territory, so going unrestricted is... There is no upside there. There's only a downside, increased tension with neutrals. Armed merchant cruisers, we built 6, 3 are gone. Clearly you have to keep building them. And you can even, a trick I learned on the Discord, you can just build a whole bunch and then just halt construction, because halted construction on a merchant cruiser, it costs you literally nothing. So you can just stop them shy of completion and then keep feeding them into the grinder. Pretty clever, actually. I don't think adding those planes actually helped. Supposedly it helps generating intercepts, but I'm not sure that's as useful for an armed merchant cruiser, unless you want to go all in on that hilarious speed 0 torpedo attack thing. And ASV value actually stays the same with 0 planes, 1 plane, 2 plane. It's not like helicopters, when adding helicopters actually works. I think that's a weird design choice, because there's so little room for float planes to begin with. What are their role? A little bit of scouting, but we're finding the enemy anyway, and they don't help hunt spotting and chasing away subs. Very strange. But anyway, it's time to play. Yes. Welcome to August 1919. Exactly where we left off in the previous episode. So, like we talked about, I have done a lot of stuff here. You can see all the stars, a lot of attrition taking place there. Instead of good elite, we have a lot of good, fair, even poor. I've used the division editor here to sort of send units where I want them. So I'm keeping 2 battle cruisers and 2 battleships in the Indian Ocean. The rest are either going back to, and 3 light cruisers and some destroyers, of course, and some trade protection and some minesweepers. The rest are going back either to Hong Kong, to Southeast Asia. Hong Kong is definitely our main fleet base there now. Or all the way to the South Pacific, 3 battleships, or North Pacific, 2 battleships and some screening elements. To set up potential invasions of other areas. So Kamchatka is priority 1 because we have nothing in this area. Because we don't want anyone on our flank, but also because we want to build this up for any potential conflict in the future. This is the secondary, or should I say secondary and tertiary theater. And we'll keep watch over the Indian Ocean. 2 battleships, 2 battle cruisers. That's powerful enough to sort of hold off anything that Great Britain can send now. And we also have 70 base capacity before the builds go through. It's not amazing, but it's not nothing. I mean, if we could take everything and build up bases, we would actually have a couple of hundred. That would be a lot better. Like, that's a full task force of battleships, battle cruisers, supporting stuff. That's quite significant. Yes, but all of that is set in motion. So small screening force, main force, 2 invasion task forces, but we still have Yemen going here. So actual attacks will have to go through later. Unrest is up to 2. The time of massive victories is probably over, so you have to watch that one. If it climbs up to like 5, we might try to seek peace anyway. So, but we want those reparations on top of everything, so there is so much to consider. Yeah, relations still pretty high. Oh, it's turned red now, 23. Yeah, okay. We definitely do not want, or maybe we do want the US to come closer. That would make it easier for us to strike at them in the future. If the US took some holdings in the Pacific, then they would be within easy striking distance instead of being uninvadable on the other side of the ocean. Why until we can invade Hawaii or Midway. That's not happening in like 20 years. So, we should definitely build docks because I completely forgot about that. That would push this one down. Oh my God, 12 months. Do you know what this means? At some point, we lost our undeveloped shipbuilding industry, and I didn't even notice. That must have happened between this build and the previous build. Woohoo! Psh! Fireworks in Tokyo. Okay. But we are going to design. This will also make ships build faster. How long to build this destroyer? 14 months. Can't remember what it used to be. But let's load up DE 1919. It's oil-fired, baby. It's exactly what I told you. Looks exactly like the old ones, but dual purpose, light AA, extra DC storage, but oil, so that freed up quite a bit of space, but we need a name for it. It will be Ayisai now. I can't. Yomvarabi? Yomogi? Will be Umudaka. Destroyer Escort 1919 Umudaka. Save. 1 month. Yes. It even realized that it was just a slight departure from the old model. No, that's the wrong picture, of course. I was going to go here. EB 1919A TOSA. And here it is, glorious, with the spacious accommodations for less attrition, all the guns and the torpedoes, and also looking pretty fast and sleek, I think. Nothing like the floating bathtubs that we built earlier. Is of course an issue. Yes, this is another indication that we no longer have the undeveloped industry, because now the limit is 20% larger, not just plain larger. But this is not a ship we want to build, so we will do this, and then finally we will do Tsurugi, and here it is, same. This one is not in any way restricted because it's not that much heavier than the biggest battlecruiser. And who has the biggest battlecruiser? Germany has a battlecruiser of... No, they don't have any big battlecruiser, and they're sticking to their... Oh, they built one with 14-inch guns. Good for them. And lots of case-mated 6-inch guns. Feels a little bit dated. But they do have 15-inch guns on their primary battle line, so that's good. Extremely slow, however. You can see it because they can fit triple and have TPS, right? Oh, they are building some big ones. 43,700. That's decent. France, they have 14 knots. Inches, I mean, sorry. About the US, 12-inch, 14-inch, and 14-inch. I like that one. Has to be some sort of blast drawback here, but it's a good looking ship. No, Spain. China. Oh, it's me then. Or probably it looks at both battleships and battlecruisers. That's why I didn't get the warning there. Okay, so all 3 ships designed, task forces going out, save button, turn. Oh, yeah. Maybe I am overestimating my ability to fight and invade in multiple places at one time. Invasion battle. I have 2 battleships, 2 battlecruisers. They have some forces, and they actually bite. This is nice. I don't think I have any capital assets left, so I can't add those. And I have 1 on trade protection, so I could add that. Fine. And just accept. Sweeping 1 minefield, detect and mark minefields, and some defensive minefields. My armed merchant cruiser. It's in the middle of the day in August, so it's around noon, a little past noon. A long battle. We have to protect the invasion transports. Battleships in the front. Scouts in the back. Yeah, just like we're like it. My battle cruisers have 3 scouting elements up front. That's good. I have a rather limited amount of destroyers. This is AI control, I think. Yeah, 2, 4, 5. But yeah, my 1500 tonners have arrived. Have they arrived en masse? No, these are smaller ones. Okay, but this group is 1500 tons. That's nice. Don't think any of the other 1500 ton groups. I sent some of them down. Okay, 2 1500 tonners. That's nice. This one is probably smaller. Yeah, screening elements. But overall, not a bad complement of destroyers, I would say. These guys can go... Did we save? I don't remember. Let's just save again. But these guys can absolutely speed up. 26 knots. Why are you not going 27 knots? Have your engines started wearing out? No. Yeah, probably stritted or some other reasons. So it's fresh breeze, low clouds, so day sighting range is very limited. And speed is a maximum of 28 knots. Probably also 28 for destroyers. No, 27 for destroyers, even for the big ones. Yeah, okay. Then I think 22 knots should suffice. Unknown ship sighted. Who sighted the unknown ship? Yeah, my battle group, of course. So I guess we will have to go quad max towards this group. We are 60 nautical miles away. These blue ones are the marked enemy minefields, so let's not run over those. These are my minefields. I can't really hit those, so I wouldn't worry. I have a battleship. I don't want to run these at maximum. It will only be problematic for the destroyers to keep up. Can do normal instead and just run. Invincible class, and it seems to have taken some damage already in that very first exchange. Has medium damage and has slowed down. That is never good for a poor battle cruiser. Let's see if my destroyers want to move ahead of me if I give them the chance. Oh, I have more stuff incoming. Have to turn. Here is a battleship, a proper battleship. No, sorry guys, I have to go max. This is I'm too spread out. Yes, they actually want to engage, so that's decent. This is a Queen Elizabeth with 12-inch guns. Kagi engines damaged due to extensive cruising. Down to 21 knots. Thank you, game. Okay. Then we will have to split them up. That was very quick. Yeah. We had been steaming at high speed for just a few minutes. I realized that it's random and stuff, but yeah. We're not chasing the battle cruiser now. Are just doing this. It was a very reckless attack, I would say. Straight into my swarm of destroyers without any form of protection. We're out of torpedoes, so don't get in my way. That should settle it. Four torpedoes, 6 total. Let's look at his destroyers. Magic 600 tons. 500 tons. 500 tons. 5. Is this a joke? Oh, that's a light cruiser. Okay, so. Okay, so my destroyers are better than your destroyers. My destroyer. Let's turn around again. And let's just slow this operation. We have already dealt with the bad guys. Strong breeze now. With 22 knots. Yeah. Race 4th class hit. Is this the battle cruiser coming back with medium damage? It's not a brilliant move, but okay. No, too many destroyers. $24 to touch. Follow me anywhere. That the one? What she? 9 and flooding. No torpedoes. Go home. Probably down to a crawl here because all the turning 16. Okay. Here it comes. Visibility is down to 0 almost. I'm gonna get hit by a torpedo soon. Because I'm too stupid not to get hit by torpedoes. There's way too many warriors for me here. And my own guys are just hanging in the back. That's not acceptable, guys. Go play with the other destroyers. Uh, 30 nautical miles. We should be there in about an hour. Now we lose sight of it, unfortunately. Why did you do this, little friend? Can't really shoot torpedo at me as long as I'm ahead of them, and because of the weather, they are actually slower than me by a knot. That's not a lot, but it is certainly worth as keeps going toward my the range here is not ideal. Probably launched torpedoes and turned away. Or it took a hit and turned away, yeah. It's hard to be a destroyer in this kind of weather. A battle cruiser will go after their damaged battle cruisers. The light cruisers can come line ahead and go after the destroyers. Oh, it's a new, nice 19-knot battle cruiser. Heavy damage on fire. Nah, it's not moving anymore. So it's dead. So we can calm down here. Guys can go up and see if there is a bombardment target near the target thingy. Okay. Probably going down, to put it mildly. We're not turning together. That's a sin. Are you lying abreast too? Yeah. You naughty, naughty dogs. Have any seriously damaged ships that should go home? No. Ah, they are heading for port. You need to go home. Transport. That's don't run over the minefield. That's a bad. Still strong breeze. Can we do this before darkness now? Very annoying. I've not. What's up with that guy? This guy supposed to be going home. Had something selected. Oh! Sights! Relation to 1 knot. Battle cruisers also coming in. For structure hit, this is very rude. Fine. Give me a moment. Yeah. Um. This. Oh, invasion transport. This one can just go home. Invasion force is actually here somewhere. High wind now, so it's really pleasant. Keep a look at my destroyers in case they are damaged. They might suffer serious weather damage. Down to 6 knots. Not run over my subs. Bad weather. Here they come. How long until dawn? Just now we have heavy rain and a strong breeze. To watch the dawn line because we'll be shooting on ports there soon. Oh, we should see them. One is dealt with. Why are you not shooting, silly gooses? Oh, we are shooting. And we accomplished the objective and we killed Okay, nice, nice. Let's go out to sea, then return back home. No, what are you doing? Yeah, go home. Silly goose. Out to sea and back to Djibouti. They say. No, that was stupid. I'm sorry. Sorry you had to go through that. Still high wind, so we can take it slowly. Away from known concentrations of enemy mines. Okie dokie. Yeah. We lost 2 destroyers. We got 10 of their destroyers. 1 battle cruiser and 1 battleship. I'm most interested in the Ramillas. No. Not so interested in the Ramillas. That's the guy that just charged right into my swarm of destroyers and got 6 torpedoes for the trouble. This one I'm more interested in. This is a modern, fast, beautiful battle cruiser with 5 14-inch or a 12-inch. It's a little bit light on the armor side, and I think that is what got her. In the opening salvo, Nagato hits the A turret and destroys it. Then takes a non-penetrating hit to the... Should we zoom in? We can zoom in using this. That was smart. Okay. Why didn't I think of this before? Okay, this can be my zoom mode. And just call it zoom instead of ship design. That way. Okay. So superstructure, 14-inch superstructure. You hit, turret hit, nothing. You... This is a non-penetrating hit that disables white turret. 6-inch to the engine room deck, but doesn't penetrate. Okay, this one. Critical hit to the conning tower that probably caused a lot of confusion on board and made the crew quality drop. Engine room hull hit. But I'm not really seeing any hits early on that would slow it down. So it was probably just the weather that made it unable to... Oh, here we have a fire. Yeah, okay. So I was sure we got the engine room early, but apparently not. Apparently not. 1,100-ton destroyer sunk. And a 900-tonner, so definitely a good win. 2 prestige and unrest down again. That's even better. And our troops land in Yemen. Battle of Aden. I think we've had a Malaya in China. Fleet tactics, superheater, always nice. Mag box protection. Smoke floats, float plane scout. Can carry torpedoes, but slower and not as far as our existing float plane. I guess it could have better reliability, but I will say no. I think sub, that's good. We have a right. I put one of my light cruisers on trade protection, but I pulled it into the battle anyway, so. But I have 22 subs that score 5 points of trade warfare. I sink 1 enemy merchant. And they sink 1. Yeah, okay. Who knows? Blah, 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 blah. And promotions and stuff, not... If I was playing on small, then I would take a personal interest in every officer, but you can't do that this level. Okay. But let's check out 11 tons. Is it worth it? Oh, first save. And design. To get that little bit of weight saving in. Base capacity 70. We could take Yemen, that would really help. This has 40, then we would be at 110. And we're building 1, 2, 3, 110, 140. That's starting to look like something. I now have ships in the South Pacific. Could wait one more turn to... Now, you know what? I'm changing the priority. Oh, sorry. I'm changing it to invasion in the South Pacific. We're taking the Solomons because that set us up for Papua. Yeah, Eastern Australia is 10, so you cannot invade it. You can claim it, but you cannot invade it. Same with New Zealand. 15, so cannot be traded, cannot be taken in any way, cannot be taken. Oh, else do we have to do here? We are building, we are doing great stuff. Great. We are still over base cap 92. Okay. Can we move away? We can't really move away anything. We just have to suck it up. First and second battlecruiser divisions are without commanders at the same time. So we will want a brilliant one. Not a poor admin, that's worth it. Above average. Timid. Oh, one. We've been they stole a nut from us on the Yaeshio class, the follow-up class. How rude. But we will need to re-engine them at some point anyway, so big problem, I think. Coastal raid, yeah, I can do a coastal raid, yeah. They have no forces left. Wish it would just stop doing this. Auto-resolve. Yeah. Yeah, why not? We won't get any more budget, but fine. Oh, heart. It's all coming together now. Patrolling, okay, it got sunk, but it stopped a lot of raider efforts. Oh, fine. Go to build screen. $20 destroyers. Seems about right. Oh, those will primarily go alongside our faster, modern ships. Okie dokie. So we are on land here, and then the next invasion is for what? No. No, 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 no. So close. Okay. I didn't know that. And we can go send them back home. And we can invade Fiji in... What? So many limitations. Fair enough. Now we definitely need more tech. This is also beyond our range, but we can fortify this guy. How much is it? 24 months. Now you see that not really worth it because it already has 40, so it costs a lot to expand it further. 40, so 80. So 110. Oh, are we over the cap still? Once. But Great Britain cannot have very many forces left there, yeah. over base cap, we can send away some destroyers. That should take care of it, I hope. All my ships have commanders. And all my... no. Area over Southeast Asia. 9 commander. Average. I don't think any of these actually apply, but it's not like it's gonna be a lot of fighting in Southeast Asia anyway. "14 inches, I mean, it's a good looking ship. It's relatively good. Well armored, well armed. Pretty quick. Battlecruiser quick. No. So, this one has a significant range advantage. Well, significant, but it has lower firepower. So I love these guys. They are brilliant. They are so good. Armed merchant cruisers for the win. One is obsolete. Fighter is fine. The naval patrol aircraft. Definitely go with the range combo. See if it helps. Some destroyer dudes. Decline. Fine by me. I'm in no rush anymore. Better float plane. Still poor, but heavy range is now 102 with torpedo. That's not half bad actually, and speed went up 20 knots. Or 10 for cruise speed, that's even more significant. And it became a much better scout as well. I like it. Again. Have raiders in South Pacific. We can send some counter raiders. Work the design. Now, do we have some light cruisers in Southeast Asia? Move out. Trade protection. Convoy attack. Okay. Oh, just 1 month left till 1920. Let's not forget that. Where did all my destroyers go? Ship sighted. Quadrant map. Calm, cloudy. It's midday. Running away. It's fine because convoy. Izumi, the lead ship of her class, would be relatively well suited to dealing with these guys. D class, 500 tons. Grace Fort. Fast, very fast. Yeah, let's turn this off or I will go mad. Maneuvering to avoid torpedo angles from these while shooting at them, of course, but you probably understood that without me explaining everything. One took a serious blow. Okay, it's an 1100 tonner, yes. It has 6 missiles. Here comes the Grace Fort. Really shouldn't be dueling with that. But the AI is relatively aggressive defending convoys. It wasn't always like that, so... see if we can get rid of this light cruiser. It has to be... yeah, 6-inch guns go straight through that armor at this range. Of course, his guns go straight through my armor as well, but... yeah. There he goes. I'm at 24 max, but I think we've dealt pretty comprehensively with this convoy now. A couple of destroyers left there, I see. Just finish this medium transport with a little run. Come about. One transport left here. Take some pot shots at these cruisers. I realize now that we're running on fast. It's like second nature running on fast. I hope it's not too confusing, but this is hardly a battle. Someone had engine trouble. I couldn't quite catch who. Run is definitely done. And this transport should be pretty dead. And then the question is, we want to chase those little rabbits around. This one is damaged, so yes. Where is my base? Have any bases here? All the way down in this area. Why is my damaged ship going up here? I think that's important. Let's go to cruise. Oh, it's rescuing people. It's very nice of it. Okay, so one heavily damaged destroyer to his one light cruiser, 6 destroyers, and 15 transports. It was a complete and utter massacre. Even get the prestige, and our unrest is down to 0. Yeah, they're pretty tired of the whole deal, so we have to weight savings on Hull. Solomon Islands. No. Nice. Every turn. These I'm gonna go heavy on armed merchant cruisers, but I think they sort of become less relevant later in the game, and they can do less. I'm not sure. Okay, they keep sinking my merchants. Bad. Go to the build screen. It will be the TOSA, of course. Start with 2. Urugi. Build 2. That last hull thing, it's not so relevant. The hull isn't that heavy anyway, so yeah, it feels good. We're finally building new stuff. And it's January, so we have to do the start of year review, and it will be a very positive one, I think. Could use some more. I need that, but I don't remember what year do they appear in, so could be a long way off. But yeah, we've achieved all our war goals and more, although it took maybe a little longer than we had initially planned. Base is 110. This 112 here, still over base cap. And all Indian Ocean. Still some attrition going on. Building 13 months left, so probably not until we have peace. Great Britain has moved entirely out of this area, but they have somehow reinforced a bit here. 3 battleships, light cruisers, destroyers against a small force of enemies. Building bases like crazy, but it takes a while to have any effect. Division editor. Send some trade protection to the South Pacific. Some minesweepers, we're over capacity anyway, so have anything else that we can send to the South Pacific? And some battle cruisers. something like that. I mean, we'll bring down monies quite a bit, but that's fine. These three will... Oh, look at the cost difference. It's almost twice. Or 50% extra. These three will finish building. The destroyers will finish building. Then we can build even more. And we can also think about starting to scale back our active forces, because this war seems to be winding down. And that concludes episode 44. We've reached January 1920. We have completely crushed Great Britain. So the question now is, how much can we grab before the war ends? So, yeah, stay tuned in episode 45. See ya.